Alright.
There y'all are. Hey, Lou's Adventure Team. You may recall the other day we marinated some wild boar hog that we had. And we marinated that and we've got it where we think it's right. So what we're going to do, we're going to sprinkle a little garlic salt on this bacon because I like garlic salt. And on one end of that, we're going to put a chunk of this marinated wild boar. We're also going to place a glob of cream cheese and one of these wonderful jalapeno rings. We're going to roll that up, skewer it with a toothpick so it kind of stays together, and throw it in the pan. Repeat the process. Pig. Now this recipe works great with dove, great with duck. Canada goose is wonderful like this if you can get that. In our case, this time we've got wild hog, so I'm sure it's going to be just as good. Yeah, use a big old glob of that cream cheese. That's always good. You just can't go wrong there. It's kind of like topping on a donut. You just can't have too much topping on your donut. We're going to make several of these. I don't know, a couple dozen maybe, something like that. Throw them on the grill. Have to go with supper tonight. We're also going to have some stuffed poblano peppers that we'll get to here in a little bit. Share that recipe with you guys also, and to top off the evening's meal, we're going to have some ripe Mexican rice to go with it. But I feel 100% certain the queso dip on the peppers will accent wonderfully so. So we're going to keep working on these, filling the pan up, and we will be back with you guys in a minute. And guys, we're down to our last 4 pieces of bacon, the last 4 or 5 chunks of marinated boar. So we're about to get done. Also about out of cream cheese. Another way you can tell when you're about done is when you're out of everything. So out of bacon, you're out of cream cheese, you're out of boar, then you are done with your ingredients. That big old piece there, we're just going to put the whole glob on there. Jalapenos. I just want to add, if you guys do not have access to dove, duck, goose, pork tenderloin that you purchase at the grocery store will work just as well. I've never done any light meat like chicken or turkey like this, but that would probably be good as well. I don't see where it couldn't be bad. Well, here's our pile of poppers. We're fixing to get those where we can put them on the grill, but before we do that, we're going to get our poblanos ready, so we'll be back with you guys in a minute. Alright guys, we're back. We're going to do some more of the stuffed poblanos. The stuffed poblanos, we stuffed those with Cajun crab dip. We done this the other day just on a trial basis, and it was really good. I'm sure it was good enough that I'm gonna make it again. When I went to clean everything up, all the stuffed poblanos that weren't eaten were done in Tupperwares to go in folks' lunch the next day. So they had their choice of the stuffed poblanos and the stuffed jalapenos, and they all went with the poblanos. So that leads me to believe that that was the better option. So we're gonna take this crab meat, Cajun, a little spicy. We're gonna stuff the poblanos with it. We are going to put those in a pan and bake them in the oven about 45 minutes, 375 degrees, in some queso dip, and covered in bacon. And I'm here to tell you, wow, those guys are so big, I'm gonna have trouble getting them in the pan. But in the pan they're going. That's really good. Now we're going to cover that some of this hardwood smoked bacon. And I'm here to tell you, the bacon grease that cooks out of this into that queso dip is probably going to be extraordinarily good over our Spanish rice. Sure gonna find that out the hard way too, because that is gonna be the next course we make, is the Spanish rice. We're gonna get our oven preheated, throw this in it, get poppers on the grill. We'll be back with y'all in a little bit. Hello guys. We got the charcoal good and hot. We've had to dampen it down a little bit, and we're gonna have to watch this too, because we all know what happens when bacon grease drips on hot coals. It'll flare up and burn. Sure can't have that. Sure don't need to stick your hand over that fire either. Don't really want no charred fingertip. We're gonna let the charcoal love these a little while and see what we get. Well guys, we've turned those. They start to get a pretty color to them. You can see that the bacon, y'all, once again, I apologize for the noise, traffic, lawn mowing, whatever. But when the bacon starts to cook down and shrink and start to squeeze the cream cheese out from either end, you know that they're at that point 2/3 of the way done. And that's where we're at now. We're gonna let them cook another 10 minutes or so. Don't want to overcook them so the boar is tough. And we'll enjoy these guys here just in a few minutes. All right, guys, the bacon's got a nice color on it. Squeezing, constricting, squeezing the cream cheese out of either end of it. I'm calling them done. We're gonna take them up and go in there and get them peppers out of the oven, and we're gonna have a nice plate of wild supper. See you guys shortly. All right, guys, we got everything done. The stuffed poblanos with the crab dip, amazing. The wild boar popper's also good. We got a little avocado, and we got our Mexican rice here that I'm certain I was about to mess that up. I'm glad you guys stopped me. That was the whole point of letting that queso dip cook in that bacon grease, was to be able to put it on that rice, because who don't like pollo feliz? So let's try this. Let me get the pepper first. That will give you a yummy face right there. That's good. Wow, so good. Really, really good. And last but not least, the rice. Wow. The Mexican rice with the cheese dip, out of this world. Thank you guys for joining us again for another video. We'll see you guys in the future, the next day or two. Thank y'all. Have a good night.